Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. It's Julie Tussey, your host of The Julie Tussey Show. I have a fabulous Facebook Live that I did recently entitled What to Do When Your Dreams Seem Far Away. I think you're really going to enjoy this. And while you're here, please do subscribe and leave us a great review. Welcome to The Julie Tussey Show. Get on the Julie Tussey train. We're going somewhere, baby.
Pop the glam pain. It's time for the Julie Tussey Show live guest current event scathing exposés. The original suburban bombshell, the big blonde baby, giving you the fastest, funniest, most informative 30 minutes of your life. And now, here's Julie Tussey.
So I want to talk to you guys just a little bit about what to do. When you go through life, things can get pretty tough. And I've been through some very hard situations in my life. I'm actually writing a book right now because I'm going to talk about some of that in my book. But, you know, life can get you to a place where you just... Not only are you not dreaming anymore, but you're not even thinking about dreaming anymore. You're almost in survival mode. And what do you do when that happens in life? And the thing I want to remind you is life is not about the destination, but it's about the journey. And so for me, when I get to that place where I feel like I'm in survival mode, I just do that. I just do the survival mode. But I do look for the break that's going to come for me. Hi, Jenny Lynn. Hi, Lisa. Hi. That's okay, Stace. I will. We'll get you in the studio and do a podcast. That's for certain. But when my life comes into that place where I feel like I'm in survival mode, I do kind of forsake the pursuit of my dreams in some respects, but I always try to somehow keep doing something even really small. Okay, so I go through the whatever it is. My time is taken up with the emergency or the crisis or the survival mode that's happening, but I actually try to go ahead and still do something small. Now, that's when you're in crisis mode, when you're in a bad place. But you never want to give up your dreams, okay? I believe that innate in you from God is a dream, a purpose, a destiny. And life will throw some pretty hard things at you. And sometimes you will have to lay your dream down if you're as old as I am. Don't let this fake youthful look fool you. I've been around for a long time. I have raised 6 children, given birth to 2 sets of twins, inherited 2 beautiful kids when I married my husband, and then together we have 8 grandchildren. And life can be all-consuming. It can. But I want you to remember that you have a purpose for being here. If you will take the time to search your own heart and find what it is inside of you that you feel like is your thing. For me, from the time I was a little girl, I wanted to be a teacher and I wanted to be a singer. And I never dreamed that I would do national live television, national live radio, record 7 albums and co-write and co-produce and produce television. I never dreamed that I would be here, but I had that dream in my heart from the time I was a little girl. And so I was like, I'm sorry to say, but I was tenacious when it came to music. I was tenacious because I felt in my heart that God had called me to do that from the time that I was little. I can't remember a time not feeling that way. And when I asked Jesus in my life at the age of 12, I started having inklings, and at the age of 17, it hit me. That's when I feel like I was called, okay? And it all came together like a puzzle. So as a result of knowing what it was that I wanted to do with my life, I am telling you sometimes all hell broke loose against me, and it felt like it was to stop me, or it was just life, whatever it was, but I would never ever let go, even if I couldn't do a lot at times, because I have raised 6 kids. I homeschooled our second set of twins. They were 2 months premature. They weighed 3.5 pounds each, and you talk about a fight. I had to believe God every day to keep them in as long as we did, and then we had to believe God through surgeries and things like that. I mean, they were a miracle. They never had to be on a vent or anything, but that was a very, very long process. So when they got in like kindergarten and first grade, we noticed some learning disabilities in one of them, and so I began to homeschool them most of their childhood, most of their schooling. They were in school about maybe 4 years total. And because of that, that was so time consuming, I found that I wasn't doing music, and I wasn't doing ministry, and I wasn't doing radio and television near as much. But when they graduated, I hit the ground running. It's been a year and a half, maybe 2 years, a year and a half, maybe 2 years now. I'd have to go back and look. And I hit the ground running because in me was this dream. I always had this dream. And the thing is, I had anxiety really, really bad at times through my life. When it came to getting up in front of people and singing, I know I seem very extrovert, but I'm actually what they call an internalizing extrovert or something like that. In other words, really, truly inside, I'm pretty shy, but I just knew what I was supposed to do, and yet I have this wild personality. So I'm extroverted in a lot of ways, but I'm very shy in other ways. And so it was a hard combination. I mean, I'd get up to sing. I started singing publicly when I was 9, and I just wanted it so bad that it didn't matter if I felt like I was going to throw up and fall down and die on the stage. I would just do it. And here it is. Okay, you guys, over 40 years later, I still get a little nervous, but I've learned to use it to my advantage. Hi, Luana. Hi, Joan. Hi, Joe. So I wanted to talk about this subject, you guys, in case you didn't hear in the beginning, about what to do when you feel like your dreams aren't happening, and how life will consume you. So I tried all through my life to always apply myself in steps. You know, Habakkuk 2:2, that's what I want to talk about today. Write the vision and make it plain, that he who reads it will run with it. And I take that with a twofold meaning. For me, I would write down what I wanted to do with my life. I mean, in the 3rd or 4th grade, I wrote down, I want to be a singer, I want to be a teacher. And so I began writing it that young, but I myself would see it. When life got hard, I could go back and see what I had written down. And then as this has grown into what it is, I mean, 7 CDs produced, written, and recorded, some of them on national record labels. That has been done. The television part, it just kind of became this snowball and grew. And as it grew, we had to have people to help us. I could not do all that I needed to do myself. Great topic. Charlie Napier says, most of us have been in life disasters. You have to hold on to your faith. That's exactly. So no matter what I went through, okay, guys, I had 2 twin pregnancies. I almost died through both of them. Literally was in a coma for 3 days after our second set of twins were born. And the first set of twins, I was in the hospital at 3 months and almost died of dehydration, because twin pregnancies can be very, very tough, and I was just so sick. So I came out of the coma, I'm back, but all through all of this, I always had this dream inside of me, and I know you may have a dream inside of you. So through the disaster parts, yes, it got laid down. Through the fact that I've gotten older, I have noticed that I came to a place after all of life's consuming crises, that sometimes it would just be on the back burner, but yet inside of me, I knew I wanted to write a book. I knew I wanted to do television. I have goals. So I came to this place where I decided I am going to search my own heart.
First I drink the coffee, then I do the stuff. I'm just wild like that. I want this one to be like, in a world of haters, be a lover. I'm here to show you how to do that. Visit thejulietusseyshow.com. Lots of fabulous shopping, beautiful things that you might want to get as a gift or for yourself. You can also reach out to me and communicate with me there. thejulietusseyshow.com. And now back to the Julie Tussey Show right here on iHeartRadio and iTunes.
I'm going to search my own heart, and I'm going to find out what I want now, okay? I've been married for 23 years to Gary. I've raised 6 kids with him. We now have 8 grandchildren. We have built 4 or 5 companies together. We have been busy, and always trying to incorporate this dream of media ministry and media outreach and media effectiveness and music and all of these things. But what did I want? What did I want? Okay, I'm going to be right straight up. I'm over 50. What did I want? I looked back. I had a family, went through a divorce, got married again, had another family. I am not a spring chicken. I am not, when I do this, I'm not young. And I had to come to the point, and you may have even seen the video that I did on, you're never too old and it's never too late, because I realized some of the most famous, effective people in the world were 50 and older when they started again, when they re-upped their dream. And so I got to the bottom of my own heart. Hi, Donnie. I got to the bottom of my own heart after the age of 50. After the age of 50. Like, from the time I was a little girl, I knew what I wanted to do. But then it came to this place. All right, I'm done raising kids. It's time for me now. I can go to college. I can record more. I can do television. What do you want to do? I used to say this when we did 200 episodes of a program called Voice of the Redeemed, and it was on all over from central Kentucky all the way up to Michigan. And I used to say, if I was born a Trump, but I lived in an impoverished state because I did not know that I was a Trump. Now, this was before I ever knew Donald Trump was going to be president, because this was like in the 90s. If I was born a Trump, but I did not know that I was a Trump, and I did not know the favor, the finances, the prestige, the stature that I had, because my mom never told me I was a Trump, and I was raised as with a single parent, and I lived in a poor poverty area. I would live my life according to the mentality that I had about, okay, this is it. My mom makes $19,000 a year, and we're single, and things are hard, and we have to find a way to work for our food. But yet I was born a Trump and didn't know it. See, I was not living my potential I would not be living my potential in that area. But if I would have known that I was a Trump, honey, I wouldn't have been living in that situation. And I used to talk about this on our television show, about how our Creator, Lord God, has given us so much. There's so much available to us, but it's just like being born a billionaire and not knowing it, not knowing what was at your disposal, not knowing who you are, who you are, and what is at your hand for you, that there's greatness for you, that there's destiny for you, that there's this phenomenal ability to dream, that there's something in you from God Himself that is a gift to you and to the world. I mean, and it can be as small as being the very best mother to little Susie or Joey in the whole world, because that's what God created you to do. Or it could be to where you affect the nations with your voice. It's from A to Z, there's so much. So at the age of 50, well, of course, I realized I was a Trump because of my relationship with Jesus. There was nothing to stop me, and there's nothing to stop you from doing and being anything you want to do and be. And it doesn't matter how you've lived to this point. It doesn't matter who you've been to this point. It doesn't matter if you have a horrible past. There is redemptive quality in you, and you are able to do and be at any age what it is in your heart you want. So at 50, I searched my own heart. And I'm like, what do I want? What do I want with my life? And I got to the bottom of what I want. And that made, and my subject is what to do when it feels like your dreams have died. You know, I actually fulfilled dreams. So I was kind of getting dreamless, if you will. You know what I mean? I was getting where I didn't have anything. And I believe that the Bible says that without a vision, my people will perish. And to me, that means that you have to have something that pulls the greatness out of you because you're working towards something bigger than yourself. I love to say, align yourself with causes that are bigger than you. Go out and find people that are doing what you want to do and learn from them. And it makes you more. You don't want to remain the same. I don't anyway. And so when you find that your dreams are either fulfilled because you're now 50 or 30 and some more, as I like to say, if you find that maybe life has taken you off course a little bit through survival mode. I mean, we have gone through the gamut. We have built the kingdom and lost it all because of the economy and our kind of work. We have been through the gamut, but there's nothing to stop you. Today, you can make a decision to make your dreams come true. Take time to find out what it is that you want in your life. Honey, I don't care if it's big or small. You have to have something that you are living for, something that you are shooting for, something that pulls the greatness that God put in you out. Be a blessing to somebody else and live your life to the fullest. You know, I always sign off with my podcast that you only get one life. Live this awesome, wonderful life to the fullest. Hi, Terry. Hi, Camelia. Hi, Dave. It's good to see you guys. So today I'm talking about what to do when it feels like your dreams are over, or they're gone, or they're done, or you fulfilled them. So what you need to do is get to the bottom of your own heart. Stop in your tracks and realize how valuable, how important, how awesome you are, and that there are people around you that need what's in you. God did not place you here by accident. You're here on purpose, and there is a reason for your life, and it can be as small as being the best mom or dad, and that's not small by any means, but compared to being the president of the United States, it's a little different. But it can be as simple, I guess would be a better word, as simple as raising the best human beings to be contributors to our community and our society and be great citizens, to loving your spouse as much as anybody could ever love them and make their life great, to being on international platforms, speaking and changing the lives of others. It's so large, but what is it that makes you tick? What is it that makes you you? What is it? What in you is that dream? It's not too late. It's not too late. I started again in my early 50s. I started again. And it's funny because some of the dreams that I had from the time I was a little girl, I can still do. Some things I have fulfilled. But I actually got to a place, okay, you know what? What if your life's half over? Or what if it's 3/4 of the way over? What do you want to do? See you later, Charlie. Thank you. What do you want to do for the rest of your life? It's so important. It's so important. Take time and find out what it is you want, and don't let your dreams go. And if you don't know what your dreams are, pray, meditate. What is it that makes you tick inside? That's what's important. That's what's important. This is why I do podcasting, you guys. This is the heart thrust of my entire life. Anything I've done in television, radio, music, it's been to encourage people to live a great life, live who you are supposed to be, who you're called to be, who you're created to be. And it's so funny, Gary's doing his morning show now, and I get to be on it with him, and I see the same theme in him. We have the same theme. We just come at it from different aspects. So I hope this has been a blessing to you. I'm going to try and take the audio off of this and put it in a podcast format. Now, my podcast is syndicated, and it's on iHeartRadio and iTunes. It's on Spreaker, and I'm probably just about any podcast format that you listen to. You will find The Julie Tussey Show. Subscribe. Leave us a review. We are working really hard to affect the lives of people in a tremendous way. I want people to have... I cannot tell you the joy that I have had walking out my dreams. I can't tell you how wonderful it is. And once you get one dream fulfilled, it's time for another one, right? It's never, ever too late. So that's the podcast. You can find that. Now I just released an episode of The Fabulous Cooking Show. This is episode 9. 9 episodes of cooking, and I take original recipes and I tell you how to make them, show you how to make them in the program, but I also tell you how to make them fit and fabulous. All right, I'm not a poster child for health and fitness because I'm not 20 anymore, and it's been super, super hard for me, but I have lost 30 pounds. And I think that I had to work really hard for about 4 or 5 years to find what worked for me. So you can go through the podcast and find all that. You can learn some of my recipes. One of the tricks I learned was that if I don't eat the things I like, I will not adhere to a fitness program. So I make the original recipe. You can make it how you want, and I teach you how to make it fit and fabulous. So it's called Fabulous Cooking. You can find that at youtube.com/C/TMETV. You can find a lot of stuff over there. It's almost a well-kept secret, all the stuff we have in their archives and stuff. It's really cool. Go and listen if you're in the Richmond area to 92.5 right here in central Kentucky, and listen to the morning show. It's called Real Gary Tussey. Gary also has a podcast out there. But most of all, you guys, you're welcome. You're welcome, Linda. I want you to pray for me that I will know exactly what to do, because I'm really thinking about some great things that I want to start. Hi, Terry. Hi, Terry. It's good to see you. And I'm praying about some things that I want to do. I know I want to do a talk show. We'll see if that happens. I would like to have some women's get-togethers or maybe some other things like that. But there's so many things that are in my heart to do, and I want to do them. And I want you to know that I love you, and I'm praying for you. We have a big Facebook posse, and I appreciate you so, so much. You don't know how encouraging your support is. When you sit in a room, and I've done almost 170 podcasts, and I sit in the studio and do them. I didn't do Facebook Live for a long time, and it just added such a good element to me of encouragement, because you know you're putting it out there, all right? And you do get a little bit of feedback, but you don't get a lot of feedback. So it's been kind of a not necessarily lonely, but it's been different. So it's really, really great to get your feedback. Please share this. Please share this on your page if you feel comfortable doing that, because people need to know. They need to know how awesome they are, and that it's never too late to live your dreams. God has a plan. He has a plan for your life. I love you guys so much. Reach out to me, PM me. You can go to thejulietusseyshow.com. You can message me, get on the mailing list, which I've never sent one out yet, but I know I will eventually, because we're going to do some events. You guys take care of yourself, and I will talk to you soon.
This is Julie Tussey telling you only get one amazing, awesome, fabulous life. Live it to the fullest. After a week of hearing hundreds of I can'ts, I'm here today to tell you you can. Find us on social media at facebook.com/The Julie Tussey Show and Instagram, The Julie Tussey Show, home of the original suburban bombshell. To get your copy of the music you hear in today's program, go to cdbaby.com/CD/Julie Tussey 4. To see the Julie Tussey Show podcast recorded live, you go to facebook.com/The Julie Tussey Show and watch the Facebook Live. You can also find us on youtube.com/C/TMETV. Thank you so much for listening to the Julie Tussey Show today. I appreciate you, and I'm so glad to have been with you. Please do tell your friends and family about the Julie Tussey Show on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spreaker, and just about anywhere you can hear a podcast. Leave us a great review, and I'll see you next Monday.
If life is my oyster, darling, pass the hot sauce.